हरे कृष्ण। जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी यश। जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना। यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी। जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरावनचारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जयो राधा कालचंदी राधा कालचंदी राधे। जयो राधा गोविंद राधे। जयो जगन्नाथ जयो बलदेवा जयो सुभद्रा। Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. Jayo Jayo Gurudev, 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 Jayo Jayo Gurudev. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Jayo Jayo Shri Caitanya, Jayo Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jayo Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jayo Jayo Shri Caitanya, Jayo Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jayo Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jayo Jayo Shri Caitanya, Jayo Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jayo Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की, कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंद। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Praying at the lotus feet of my spiritual master, our dear Srila Prabhupada, and all the Guru Vargas, may I speak few words in the glorification of dear Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none other than Krishna himself, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For the pleasure of the Vaishnavas and for my very own purification, Vancha Kalpa Tarubheshya Kripa Sindhuvevacha Patitanam Pavneveyo Vaishnaveyo Namo Nama. Mukum Karoti Vachalam Pangum Lamgaitam Girim Yat Kripatam Aham Bande Shri Gurum Deenatarinam. Kathanchana smite asmin dushkaram sukaram bhaved Vishmite viparitam syat Shri Chaitanya namami tvam. Things that are very difficult to do become easy to execute if one, somehow or other, simply remembers Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But if one does not remember him, even easy things become very difficult. To this Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I offer respectful obeisances, my respectful obeisances. Hare Krishna. So we are in Madhya Lila. This is the talks between Ramananda Rai and the Lord. And just a quick recap. This is where Mahaprabhu and Rai Ramananda meet, and Lord sees him in a public place, and then they finally meet in a secluded place. And the Lord asks him about Krishna, and Krishna asks Rai Ramananda to speak Krishna Katha, and then he starts speaking, and he speaks about Varnashram Dharma, etc., Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga. And then Lord keeps saying that these are external, please go deeper, deeper. And finally we have gone so deep where Rai Ramananda is saying that nobody before you had asked me or tried to go deeper than this. And then Lord says that if you know something more, please share. And we are starting from text 106. Actually, Radhesham Prabhu was supposed to give the class today. I wish we could have heard from him, but his throat is not well, so bear with me, please. We are in text 106. Before we get into the text, I just wanted to share something. This Jaya Radha Madhav, right? I was recently hearing Srila Prabhupada's lecture. This is, last Friday. And this is on Canto 6, on Ajamil. And then Prabhupada is saying, this Gopijana Ballava, Girivaradhari. Everybody wants to be Gopijana Ballava, but nobody can do Girivaradhari. So it's so subtle, like Prabhupada can preach through any simple thing that we go, like when, at least talking for myself, came to Krishna consciousness, I was so busy learning things fast so that I can go along with the devotees and I can also participate in things. But as and when we start settling down, we start going deeper. And with all these lectures and reading, that helps us like to understand even the simple thing that we sing every day, Jaya Radha Madhav, just like that. But this is such a, it's such a deep point that everybody wants to enjoy with the gopis. But how many or who can lift the Govardhan hill? So Prabhupada also writes in Bhagavad Gita purport that if anybody says he's a god and tries to take advantage of women, saying Krishna did, ask them to lift the Govardhan hill. Then we will see after next. So on that, today's verse is 106. And this is where the point where Rai Ramananda has spoken about Radharani's love and how deep and how extraordinary Radharani's love is. There is no love that can be compared with Radharani's love. And this is the verse. Kam sharirapi samsara vasana baddha shrinkhalam radham adhaya hridaye tatjaya braja sundari tatyaja braja sundari. You want to repeat? This is Sanskrit verse. You want to repeat?
I can try.
Okay. Want to repeat? Okay. Lord Krishna, the enemy of Kamsa, took Srimati Radharani within his heart, for he desired to dance with her. Thus, he left the arena of the rasa dance and the company of all other beautiful damsels of Braja. This is 107. So we are still talking about Radharani, how she is the center of everything, and it will be more spoken by Rai Ramananda. 107. Itastatastam manushretradikam manangabhana vranakinna manasa kritanutapa sakalinda nandini tatanti kunje vishashada madhava. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki. Being afflicted by the arrow of Cupid and unhappily regretting his mistreating Srimati Radharani, Madhava, Lord Krishna began to search for her along the banks of the Yamuna river. When he failed to find her, he entered the bushes of Vrindavan and began to lament. So, and the explanation will be given further why Radharani did what she did. But Prabhupada in the purport says these two verses are from Geet Govind 3.1 to 2, written by Jayadev Goswami. So 31st January was Jayadev Goswami's disappearance. So I wrote little note about Jayadev Goswami's life. Little bit, very little, so that we can meditate upon him. So this last 31st January was his disappearance. But Jayadev Goswami actually appeared way before Mahaprabhu. So Jayadev Goswami lived for very long in Navadvip. Where he was born and his birth era, it's little confusing. So it is not, there is debate between the few people, few authorities. So we are not getting into there. But he lived for a very long in Navadvip during the reign of King of Bengal. His name was Lakshman Sena. The king was delighted to hear Jayadev Goswami's Das Avatar Stotra, or the 10 Avatara hymn. And we know this Keshava Dhrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Dagadeshare, right? This is one of the 10 avatars, Narsimha Devs, that's composed by Jayadev Goswami. And the king heard it and he was so delighted. He wanted to meet Jayadev Goswami. So he immediately went. He went in disguise, because Jayadev Goswami was living as a renunciate. And he went in a disguise. But in front of a holy man, it's very difficult to lie. So eventually he gave up that he is the king. He is a king named Lakshman Sena. And then he said, then he was very happy. He expressed himself. But then he said, why don't you live with me in the royal facility? He said, I am a renounced person. I don't need all these things. I wouldn't go. Then the king became disappointed. And then said, okay, let's do one thing. There's a place, it's called Champakhata, named after the flower Champa. And I will build you a cottage there. Why don't you live there? And I promise I will not come and disturb you. And Jayadev Goswami, he said, I would have preferred Jagannath Puri, but okay, I'll go there. And then he went there. This is the place where then he saw a dream or a vision, as it's mentioned. In a vision, he saw first Radha Madhav. And that Radha Madhav, two personalities became one personality as Caitanya Mahaprabhu. And it says that the golden Champaka, the golden Champaka form of Mahaprabhu was appeared there. And then in the dream he appeared and he asked him to go to Jagannath Puri. That he said, you go to Jagannath Puri. Now in the writing in the book what I was reading, it says that, he was very sad to leave the future abode of appearance of Mahaprabhu, because Mahaprabhu hasn't appeared yet. He didn't appear yet, but he will be appearing. And he knew this. Jayadev Goswami knew about it, that Mahaprabhu will be appearing here. So he didn't want to leave that place. But because it was Lord's command, he went there, he left for that place. He went to Jagannath Puri and he became poet in the court of the king of Orissa. And that's where he composed this Gita Govind, that is in the mood, in the emotion of loving separation. And Mahaprabhu actually also told him, you go, you compose, and when I come, I will relish this Gita Govind in Jagannath Puri when I take sannyas. So that is little about Jayadev Goswami's. If you go to Radha Damodar temple, Radha Damodar temple, where our Srila Prabhupada's kutir is there, the place is there where Prabhupada stayed for very long, and also Rupa Goswami's samadhi is there, Bhugarbha Goswami's samadhi is there, and there is also samadhi of Jiva Goswami and also Padmavati and Jayadev Goswami, like Jayadev Goswami and his wife Padmavati's samadhi is there. So you can take a look there when you go there, Radha Damodar temple. So the next verse, so these two verses were from Gita Govind, which Rai Ramananda was mentioning. At this point, so Rai Ramananda continued. This is Bengali. এই দুই শ্লোকের অর্থ বিচারিলে জানি, বিচারিতে উঠে যেন অমৃতেরও খানি. Simply by considering these two verses, one can understand what nectar there is in such dealings. It is exactly like feeling a mine of nectar. So these verses are so glorious that just if you meditate upon it, and then you will realize this is nectar, the mine of nectar, not just nectar, like it's a pool of nectar, mine of nectar, like, oh, what is there? And this bichara word, I forgot, I actually learned, I was reading the verse, but I then forgot now. that it also comes in Chaitanya Caritamrta. It should come in Chaitanya Caritamrta, that where it says, like, if you consider the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and if you consider, you will find in your heart chamatkar, you will be surprised how Mahaprabhu blessed us giving this Krishna prema. So bichar means if you meditate or if you think about it. Then 109. Shoto koti gopi sange raso bilas taro modhe eko murto rohe radha pas. Translation. Although Krishna was in the midst of hundreds of thousands of gopis during the rasa dance, he still kept himself in one of his transcendental form by side of Srimati Radharani. This will be further explained, so I will not explain. Prabhupada is doing that. So he is keeping a different form than what the other gopis are. So 110. সাধারণ প্রেমে দেখি সর্বত্র সমতা রাধার কুটিল প্রেমের হইল বামতা। সাধারণ প্রেমে দেখি সর্বত্র সমতা রাধার কুটিল প্রেমে হইল বামতা। Lord Krishna is equal to everyone in his general dealings, but due to the conflicting, ecstatic love of Srimati Radharani, there were opposing elements. Aheriva gati premna swabhava kutila bhavet ato hetor ahetoscha yunor mana udanchati. The progress of loving affairs between a young boy and a young girl is like the movement of a snake. On account of this, two types of anger arise between a young boy and girl: anger with cause and anger without cause. Purport. During the rasa dance, one form of Krishna was between every two gopis, but by the side of Radharani, there was only one Krishna. Although this was the case, Srimati Radharani still manifested disagreement with Krishna. This verse is from Ujjvala Nilamani, Shringara Bheda Kathana 102, written by Srila Rupa Goswami. So what is Prabhupada is writing out, the verse says that every gopi, between two gopis, there was one Krishna. So two gopi, one Krishna, two gopi, that's how the dance was. But for Radharani, there was exclusive Krishna. Yes, right there. Do you see? I don't know how's the painting. Two gopis had to share one Krishna. Do you see there? But for Krishna, for Radharani, there was one exclusive Krishna. But still Radharani felt little uncomfortable, little rejected, neglected. And so she, as the translation, as the verse says, that sometimes the young boy and girl, the girl will get upset for a reason and sometimes for no reason. So yeah, though he was exclusively giving his personality to him, his form to him, still Radharani felt little disappointed and she acted upon it. Krodho kori rash chari gelo man kori tare na dekhiya bekul hoilo Shri Hari. So out of anger, or transcendental anger, she got upset that I'm not given enough attention, and she left the ras dance. And not seeing her, he became vyakul, he became so restless. He started feeling restless, and he also started looking, where is Radharani, where is Radharani? Shammokashar Bashon Krishne Rasolila Bashonate Radhikaro Shrinkhala. Lord Krishna's desire in the Rasa Leela circle is perfectly complete, but Srimati Radharani is the binding link in that desire. So it was a complete Rasa dance, but as soon as Radharani was not there, it became incomplete. Why? Because she is the binding link. She is the one who binds the entire Rasa dance like a garland. Like we wear this kanti. If that hook is not there, even everything is perfect, without that hook, we cannot wear the kanti, right? It will fall off. So similarly, Radharani was like that. So without her, it became incomplete, which was complete. That is the Rasa dance. 114. Taha binu rash lila nahi bhai chitte mandali chhariya gala radha anveshite. The rasa dance does not shine in the heart of Krishna without Srimati Radharani. Therefore, he also gave up the circle of the rasa dance and went out to search for her. So bhai means, in Hindi also this word is there, bhai, like nothing suits, nothing feels better without, it doesn't feel good without Radharani. So he eventually left rasa dance to find Radharani. I'll read from the Bengali. Itas tatas Brahmikaha radhana paya bishad koreno kamo bani khinno huya. Itas tatas, here and there. When Krishna went out to search for Radharani, he wandered here and there. Not finding her, he became afflicted by arrow of Cupid and began to lament. So he is searching, and now not finding her, he's become very restless, and now he is also upset. He started lamenting. Shato koti gopite nahi kama nirvapano tahete anumani Shri Radha radhikaro guno. Since Krishna's lusty desires were not satisfied even in the midst of the hundreds of thousands of gopis, and he was thus searching after Srimati Radharani, we can easily imagine how transcendently qualified she is. So, even if there were so many gopis, still without Radharani, Krishna went out to find Radharani. He left the company, as Prabhupada writes. Hundreds and thousands of gopis were there. Krishna went to find for Radharani, because without her, the circle was incomplete. So, and that shows how important Radharani is, the position, transcendental position of Radharani. We are in text 116. 117. Prabhu kahe je lagi ailam toma sthane shei shab tattva bostu hoilo more gyane. Now Mahaprabhu is speaking. All this while Rai Ramananda was speaking, now Mahaprabhu is saying, the reason I came to your place, you give me the Tattva Gyan of everything. Prabhupada's translation. After hearing this, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Ramananda Rai, that for which I have come to your residence has now become an object of truth in my knowledge. Ebeshe janilu sadho sadhon nirnoy age aro ache kichu shunite mon hoy. Mahaprabhu is still not satisfied. Now I have come to understand the sublime goal of life and the process of achieving it. Nevertheless, I think that there is something more, and my mind is desiring to have it. So much we have learned that Radharani left. First of all, talking about Radharani, and then Radharani left. So this transcendental topic, this exalted, elevated topic, Mahaprabhu will speak with Rai Ramananda and Swarup Damodar in Gambira, in Jagannath Puri. And if you go and see that Gambiram in a small room, it's so tiny. I was just wondering how will Mahaprabhu, even whichever side if you put him, he will not fit in. I don't know how he fit inside that room. It is so small. And then he had Ramananda Rai also and Swarup Damodar also. I must be transcendental form. How they would have they got fitted inside that room. But yeah, it's a very, very small room. That's what in Oriya, Gambira means a small room. So, and they will talk about all this. And when talking about it, Mahaprabhu will get so much transcendental ecstasy that he will try to jump out of the room itself. And he had to be, shut inside the room with 3 doors closed. And still he was found outside. So Mahaprabhu wants more now. Krishnero Shorupo Kaho Radharo Shorup Rasho Kono Tattva Premo Kono Tattva Roop. Kindly explain the transcendental features of Krishna. And Srimati Radharani also explained the truth of transcendental mellows and the transcendental form of love of Godhead. Now he is saying what he wants to hear. Kripa kori ei tattva kaho to amare toma bina keho iha nirupite nare. Kindly explain all these truths to me, but yourself no one can ascertain them. Means with only Ramananda can explain all this to Mahaprabhu. Nobody else can explain this. So he could tell the tattva and the rasa, of course. Rae kohe iha ami kichui na jani tumi jei kohao shei kohi ami bani. Kohao means what you make me talk. See, for English, how much I have to say? I have to make you talk or making anybody talk. In Bengali, it is kohao means he made. Mahaprabhu asked, talk about the tattva, Radha tattva, Krishna tattva, and love of Godhead tattva, prema tattva. And Rai Ramananda said, I don't know anything, but it's you who is making me say all this. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Sri Ramananda Rai replied, I don't know anything about this. I simply vibrate the sound. You make me speak. On this, I was recently hearing, I keep hearing Haldar Maharaj and I keep repeating what I hear. So, Maharaj was saying that we are speakers. And he said, what is a speaker? And then he was showing the speaker. What does a speaker do? It just vibrates. It just repeats what the actual speaker, the person speaker is speaking. The instrument speaker is just repeating. So as following in the parampara, our job is also to just repeat and not add or subtract anything from it. Just repeat what the Acharya gave us and not concoct it. Speak as it is. Jai Shri Radha Kalachandji. So be a speaker. That's what Maharaj was saying. So anyway, so he said, I'm just vibrating the sound that you make me speak. Tomaro shikhai pori jano shukho par shakshato ishoro tumi ke bujhe tomar nath. I simply repeat like a parrot whatever instruction you have given me. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. Who can understand your dramatic performances? So he's saying, you're just making me repeat like a parrot. Hridoye prerona koro jibbai kohao bani ki kohiye bhalo mondo kichui na jani. You inspire me within the heart and make me speak with the tongue. I do not know whether I am speaking well or badly. Prabhu kohe mayavadi amita sannyasi bhakti tattva nahi jani mayavade bhashi. Mahaprabhu is underplaying now. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I am a Mayavadi in the renounced order of life and I don't even know what transcendental loving service to the Lord is. I simply float in the ocean of Mayavad philosophy. Because Mahaprabhu, even if he was a Vaishnava, Gaudiya Vaishnava, he took the renounced order, the sannyasi under a Mayavad Guru. So he is calling himself a Mayavadi because he took sannyas from a Mayavad Guru. Sarvabhauma shange mor mono nirmal hoilo Krishna bhakti tattva kaho tahare puchilo. If we remember chapter 6, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was a Mayavadi, and he would say Om Namo Narayan, like he will they call each other Namo Narayan, and he was a Mayavadi. And he's seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is a Vaishnava, because he said Krishna Mati Rastu, he actually gave Mayavad Gyan to Mahaprabhu for 7 days and seeing Mahaprabhu not reacting upon it, he said, do you understand anything? He said, I understand the Vedanta, I don't understand your explanation. And then he actually converted Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya from Mayavadi to a devotee. And now, but here he is saying, I'm a Mayavadi, and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya changed me into a Vaishnava. So just, this is Mahaprabhu. Due to the association of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, my mind became enlightened. Therefore, I asked him about the truth of transcendental loving service to Krishna. Teho kahe ami nahi jani Krishna katha, shabe Ramananda jane teho nahi etha. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, actually just the emotion. As I'm reading this, such a simple, innocent Bengali this is. Like, I don't know anything. Rai Ramananda knows, but he is not here. That's what the verse says. But it's just a conversation, a simple conversation, nothing complicated here. But when it's in Caitanya Caritamrta, it's so sweet. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told me, I don't actually know about the topic of Lord Krishna. They are all known only to Ramananda Rai, but he is not present here. Tomar thai aila, tomar mohima shuniya, Tumi more stuti koro sannyashi janiya. So I came to meet you because of your glory. I heard so much about you. And now I came, and you are stuti, you are doing glorification of me because I am a sannyasi. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, after hearing about your glories, I have come to your place, but you are offering me words of praise and out of respect for a sannyasi, one in the renounced order of life. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur explains that a mundane person, being enriched by mundane opulence, must always know that the transcendental opulences of the advanced devotees are far more important than the materialistic opulences of a person like himself. So a transcendently advanced devotee is much more important than a materially opulent person. A materialistic person with material opulences should not be very proud or puffed up before a transcendental devotee. If one approaches a transcendental devotee on the strength of one's material heritage, opulence, education, and beauty, and does not offer respect to the advanced devotee of the Lord, the Vaishnava devotee may offer formal respect to such a materially puffed up person, but may not deliver transcendental knowledge to him. Indeed, the devotee sees him as a non-Brahmana or Shudra. Such a puffed up person cannot understand the science of Krishna. A proud person is deceived in transcendental life, and despite having attained a human form, will again glide into hellish condition. By his personal example, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains how one should be submissive and humble before a Vaishnava, even though one may be situated on a high platform. Such is the teaching of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Acharya of the world, the supreme spiritual master and teacher. And when I was reading this purport, I was thinking this incident from Srimad Bhagavatam, when King Rahugana and Jarabharat, Jarabharat was carrying King Rahugana. And because there were ants on the way, he was going this way, that way, ithas, tithas. And then he got disturbed, and eventually he came out, he started insulting Jarabharat. Jarabharat was plump and he was young. And he started insulting sarcastically. He started saying that, oh, you are so thin, so weak, you are an old man, you're not able to carry this palanquin, isn't it? You're not able to. And he started insulting him. And then Jarabharat said something. And King Rahugana realized the position of Jarabharat. And he immediately fell flat and, started paying obeisances. And he said, I don't know, I'm sorry. And that's when Jarabharat started speaking to him as a guru. And he was actually, King Rahugana was going to a pilgrimage. He was a good person in heart, but momentarily he was overcome by his kinghood. That I am a king, this is a servant, not carrying me properly, giving me disturbance, etc. And then he deserved comfort, he's a king, and he was not given that comfort by the servant. So he started insulting. And in that one verse has this where Rahugana was told by Jarabharat that today you are the king and I am the servant. Tomorrow I might be the king and you will be the servant. The table will turn. So don't be proud of your position. In fact, Jarabharat was the emperor, not just king. He was emperor of the entire Bharatvarsha. And then that's what I was thinking, that when Rahugana was proud, Jarabharat did not give him any knowledge, did not impart any knowledge. But as soon as he became humble, as soon as Rahugana became humble, Jarabharat started speaking the transcendental knowledge to him. So that's what Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya actually did not transform him. He transformed Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was a Mayavad and he was a Vaishnava. But still, so much so humility, which seems almost impossible to understand, digest, or comprehend for me. Still, he said that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is the one. Actually, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, if we read the previous chapters, it's so much he emphasized, please meet Raya Ramananda, please meet Raya Ramananda. Because when I was a Mayavadi, he would speak Krishna Katha. And hearing him, because I was a Mayavadi, I did not understand. I thought he is bhabuk, he is emotional, sentimental. I will just make fun of him. Because I didn't understand Vaishnavism. I didn't understand Krishna Prema. So I thought he is just, being emotional. And I made fun of him. And now that you have transformed me, and now I understand what you are saying, and now I understand the importance, the glories of Raya Ramananda. So when you are going to South, please meet Raya Ramananda. And that's why Mahaprabhu is so grateful to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Even if he was a Mayavad, but when he got transformed, he asked Mahaprabhu, please go and meet. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was the reason for these two wonderful devotees, Vishaka Shakhi and Radharani, to meet. Right? So that's why he is saying that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is the one who asked me to come here. And Prabhupada writes that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as the Acharya of the world, the supreme spiritual master and the teacher, he is teaching by his example. So we'll pause here if there is anything, any realization. After Sunday, everything is... The next verse is very, very interesting, very, very popular, more than interesting. This is Kiva Bipro Kiva Nashi Shudra Kenanoy Jai Krishna Tattva Vetva Shei Guru Hoy. But it has a big purport, so didn't want to get into it today.
Well, thank you for the wonderful class. I was just, it's hard for me to even try to talk about this because, A, I don't know anything, but B, because I heard that, what is it, Ujjwala Nilamani? Is that what it is, right? Ujjwala Nilamani?
Ujjwala Nilamani,
Ujjwala, It's on the forbidden, and Gita Govinda is on like the forbidden books list.
Except the Mangalacharan. Except the Mangalacharan, everything is forbidden for us.
Oh, okay, yeah.
For the new books.
So I guess just that was it. I just was like, I just wanted to check in about like the clearance level for talking about this,
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I said it in the last class also. I'm also scared. But whatever Prabhupada gave us, we can read. So only that much.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Prabhupada gave us, so his books we have to read. So
yeah, very nice. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's good. And then the other thing, if I think of it, I'll let you know, but he probably has a question over here.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Tough question nahi puchna.
So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that common people follow the footsteps of great Acharya, correct? Yad yada acharti shrestha. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was non-different from Krishna. He was Krishna himself. Then why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas from Mayavadi sannyasi?
That is, I can forward you a class on that, Prabhu. This is like a debatable topic, like how we came to this material world. That time, whatever is popular, right? Whatever is needed. Like we see Prabhupada did so many things, traveling by car. It says that sannyasi is not supposed to cross over oceans. He crossed over so many oceans, right? But he did. Why? It was needed for the time. So actually Maya Vaishnava, what I have heard from a class, and this is by a very senior disciple of Bhakti Vikas Maharaj, his name is Dr. Keshavanand Prabhu. He gave a class on Bhakti Sangha Japa group. You can go and search for it. It's 3-4 years back I have heard. He gave an entire class. There are a lot of controversial topic. I don't want to speak it on.
Sorry, I didn't know that it's a controversial topic.
But so, that's okay. But on a clean level, what I can say you is Mayavad sannyas was that time popular. That time it was very popular. So, and Vaishnava sannyas, Vaishnavism was not so much into sannyas. It was not so much, but Mayavad were really into sannyasis. So to be recognized as a sannyasi, because if you read Caitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat, he wanted to preach people, and till he took sannyas, he was not taken as he was after taking sannyas, right? He was taken much. Even now, a grihastha walks and sannyasi walks. You see the difference? Do you see the difference, Prabhu? Yeah, we immediately go down. Even if we have paid obeisances, we pay obeisances again to a sannyasi, isn't it? Our reverence is so much for a sannyasi. And that's how it's supposed to be. So that for that one reason, because he was not able to preach the way he wanted to preach, being in a grihastha life. That was one thing. And the second thing, why he took sannyasi in the Mayavad is, Mayavad sannyasis were, it was more popular, more known. So he did that, like Srila Prabhupada did so many things. He performed yagyas also. A sannyasi is not supposed to touch the fire. What to talk of fire? He did marriage ceremonies, marriage yagyas, because that's what needed for the movement. This is a clean answer. But if you want to go deep, I can forward. If I find, I can forward you the lecture.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Prabhu.
Also, I think I heard in one lecture that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first gave the sannyas mantra to his sannyas guru. So in one sense, he converted him into a Vaishnava. And then
that's a good point, Prabhu. Yes, yes. He first gave the mantra into the ears of his guru. I forgot his Mayavad guru's name. Keshav Bharti, yeah. And I remember only Ishwar Puri. But Keshav Bharti, and then he said, you say this mantra to me. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Achyuta Govind Prabhu. Yeah. But all deep, if you want to go deeper, then you have to hear class. Not from me. Thank you, Prabhu.
For the nice class, Madhya.
I just read through, Prabhu. So we'll pause here. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhuve vacha patitanam pavanevyo vaishnavyo namo namah. Before you go, this verse we'll read. Antya 12:1. Shruyatam nityam giyatam mudha chintatam bhaktas Caitanya Charitamrta. O devotees, may the transcendental life and characteristics of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always be heard, chanted and meditated upon with great happiness. Please read Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Charitamrita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki, Nitai Gaur Premanand.